A lot of Sigma females have a skewed view of themselves because of things that happened to them as kids. It's unbearable that they have to wear so many masks every day just to keep up appearances after going through so much disgust and shame as teens. Before they become adults, most Sigma females go through rough times. Even after they become adults, most of them still deal with different problems. Sometimes it's hard for Sigma women to figure out what makes them different from everyone else. A lot of people don't agree with her, and she wants to know why some things only happen to her. Some people want to believe that there is something wrong with them, and others are about to give up on life. Some of the things that many Sigma women went through as kids helped shape the paths they are on now. When Sigma females are really hurt, they often give up. Here are the 7 most common signs. 1. Being forced to change your name when you were young. The young and fragile Sigma female had to change who she was because her parents and many teachers were too ignorant and rude to help her. This is only done when the Sigma female is at the most crucial point in her growth as a person. They sell them the idea of extroversion just as their little brains start to make sense of it. This forces them to give up their real identity and take on a kinder, more socially acceptable one. The young Sigma girl is sometimes given the wrong diagnosis of ADHD. Being happy and laughing all the time was seen as a good thing. You were also told that as an active child, you shouldn't play alone or read things that were too advanced for your age. It can be hard to raise a Sigma child, that's the truth. A kid who is smarter than you, whose mind is always on the go, and who will figure out what you're trying to hide from her before you even try, is hard to control. Parents are always happy with how well their child Sigma does in school. No parent can help but be proud of their child, who never has to repeat a class and gets good grades. But when it comes to getting to know their complicated thoughts, most parents are scared and think that the young Sigma's determination to be heard is just stubbornness. Before we move on, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It helps us a lot and costs you nothing. Never miss out on any of our videos about Sigma females and the way you can master your life. As kids, Sigma girls who were badly hurt felt like outsiders, being controlled by their parents and having to do what they're told, even though they know it's wrong. They were kept in line from a young age because they were afraid of acting out and being called names. A lot of Sigma women are told what they can and cannot do. Even though the young Sigmas are very curious, their ideas are often seen as crazy, which makes them ignored and forced to do what they are told. The Sigma female is flexible at a young age, and her sharp mind lets her get through life being misunderstood and alone without the people nearest to her realizing what hell they are going through. They learn early on that talking about their fears makes things worse, so it's best to keep them on the inside. A lot of Sigma girls are confused as kids because they have a lot of questions, but no one to answer them. Being alone helps most of them feel better when they are totally lost and lonely. They learn to separate themselves from other people and find comfort in being alone. Third, being misunderstood and easy to name. They learned early on that acting out or trying to be different from everyone else always makes things worse for them. People called them names when they tried to be different and went with their gut. Sigma women are often labeled because they are different and tough, and most people don't seem to understand why. The Sigma ladies were easy targets for attacks because they were misunderstood. Many Sigma females changed into this sweet, loving girl who always does what she's told because they didn't know when they would be scolded or called names. The young Sigma female learns the hard way not to break the rules just to fit in. She then chooses to look at what people liked about her and copy that. Up until now, this is why Sigma women are people pleasers and always put the needs of others, especially their own family, ahead of their own. As they get bigger and learn more about people, most of them stand up to bullies, teachers, and even their parents. They know that no matter what they do, no one will take them seriously. It takes a long time and is hard to break this habit. In fact, not every Sigma female gets out of this job. While some are drawn back in, others are so scared of what's to come that they settle for less, for things that no normal Sigma female would settle for. Sigma women don't start looking for a better understanding of themselves until they hit this level of self-understanding, which is where you are now. Sigma women who have been badly hurt don't really know who they are. They don't know how much they're worth. They are only able to stay living because they can spot lies, stay skeptical, and be aware of danger. Sigma women who are badly hurt often get caught up in other people's lives or stories. Aside from the idea their parents and teachers gave them when they were kids, they don't know who they really are. They don't know that they are the best form of power and that their mind is powerful enough to make them a force to be reckoned with. A lot of Sigma girls think they are crazy, or at the very least cursed when they are young. A lot of them give up on life. Some people choose to always try to please others, while others are happy with their lives as they are. If you are a Sigma female, you should never live with a father who is abusive or self-centered. When a parent hits their child, they only see a threat, a stubborn and brave kid in Sigma. Omega women want to do nothing but follow their gut when they reach adulthood. They want to do what they want. They want to follow through on some strange and crazy ideas. The way they live is very different from what their parents want for them. The issue with overprotective parents is that they don't trust the Sigma to handle their own needs. They don't want to believe that Sigma is an adult and doesn't need their help anymore. Parents who are abusive, on the other hand, don't know when to stop insulting Sigma girls and trying to prove themselves, even though they know they can't. The Sigma female, the bad emotions they've been holding in for so long, are what kills Sigma females the fastest. Years of being let down, irritated, and called a freak fill the Sigma female with anger and sadness, which slowly kills her from the inside. It's clear why Sigma females take on upset feelings. Even if they try to explain, no one will get what they're going through. It's always easy for people to judge them before they know them. Sigma women need to learn how to say what they really think and feel when it means the most, instead of hiding behind logic. It is normal for someone to ask a Sigma female if she ever gets mad. They are very calm and quiet, but they are hurting inside. Because of all this bad stuff, Sigma females are very angry, hard to forgive, and sometimes don't feel sorry for their actions. There is some kind of hurt that every Sigma goes through when they are young, and then again as they grow old. The good news is that, based on how bad the damage is, any person who has been hurt can be fixed. No child should have to change who they are, and they shouldn't get in trouble for trying to be themselves. Most parents find it upsetting that Sigmas are so distant because they were confused and felt like outsiders as kids. They tried to help her, but ended up putting her under more stress by putting her on blind dates and making her go out with friends so they could meet new people, make friends, and stop being alone. Dads worry that their daughter will grow up feeling alone and unwanted, and mums worry that their daughter will be safe. For Sigmas to heal, they have to work hard at it for a long time. If this video helped you, click here to watch our video about when a Sigma female gets ignored. See you there in a second. Be stoic, stay stoic.